The World Health Organization raises the global risk assessment to its highest level. At least 54 countries now reporting infections, more and more countries now taking steps to stop the spread. In fact, schools in Japan, Hong Kong, and several other countries are now shut down. In fact, today was the last day for Japanese students for at least a month. And in Italy, look at this image tonight. Soccer games are being played in completely empty stadiums. And tonight, Pope Francis, who was out in public on Ash Wednesday, sending a message on coronavirus, now canceling some events, raising some alarm amid reports he now has a cold. ABC's James Longman tonight.
Tonight, precautions becoming more radical around the world. In Lebanon, students sprayed with disinfectant, testing for fever on the spot. The WHO raising the global risk assessment to its highest level and a blunt warning.
It's really not much of an excuse at this point to get caught unawares. This is a reality check for every government on the planet. Wake up, get ready.
Switzerland taking drastic action, becoming the first country to outlaw any gatherings of over 1,000 people. In Japan, a nationwide school shutdown. 12 million students ordered to stay home by the Prime Minister. But he's insisting the upcoming 2020 Tokyo Olympics are not in danger, although some fear they could be cancelled. In Italy, an eerily quiet soccer game in an empty Milan stadium. Italy is spooked. It has more than 600 patients hit with the virus. Pope Francis, whose Ash Wednesday Mass expressed solidarity with those infected, now has an apparent cold. There's no indication it's linked to coronavirus, but he has cancelled all his audiences. In Iran, another viral epicenter, the most senior female official is infected. She was at a cabinet meeting with President Rouhani just days ago. This coming on the heels of the country's infected health minister sweating and coughing while urging calm, which sparked fear that Iran was underreporting the gravity of its outbreak.
James Longman with us tonight from London. And James, you mentioned the Pope there canceling some events. Of course, this led to concern from many. We don't want to alarm people because the Vatican is downplaying those concerns. So what are they saying tonight? And you've also got news that broke late today from the State Department involving Americans and Italy tonight.
Yeah, so the Vatican says he is continuing his work. He does have a cold. He just prefers to stay near his home. And tonight, the State Department is warning Americans to reconsider travel to Italy because of what they're calling a sustained community spread of the virus. David?
All right, ABC's James Longman with us tonight. James, our thanks to you as well. And here at home tonight, there are major questions about testing and why states and major cities have not been equipped with the kits they need to test for coronavirus, especially after learning that first case of community spread, that California woman with no known connection to China, Italy, or any of these hotspots was not tested for days before learning she had coronavirus. So let's get right back to our chief medical editor, Dr. Jen Ashton, with us tonight, because, Jen, we learned that the CDC has now expanded these guidelines. You reported on this last night here, but now we've learned of a key component of that expansion.
And this is good news, David, because as we said last night, they've broadened the list, adding some more countries to the criteria list, but they've also broadened the categories to include unexplained causes of severe pneumonia or respiratory illness. So this would be in a hospitalized patient in an ICU setting. This would have picked up that case much sooner because it would have allowed doctors to test for it. The goal from the CDC, they said it just today, is to have every state and local health department running their own tests by next week. And we have to remind people, though, 80% or more of these cases are mild.
Mild cases, but people will be reassured to hear they're ramping this up and quickly, as many believe they should have done. We also know that many prescriptions used by Americans are actually manufactured in China. And tonight the FDA is actually confirming that one drug they're experiencing a shortage of. They haven't revealed what this drug is, which is somewhat alarming. What does that tell you?
Well, we expected this because, again, China does control the majority of the world's supply of pharmaceuticals. But there is redundancy in the system, which is good news. So other manufacturers, other countries can pick up the slack for that. And again, not to cause any alarm right now, but make sure that you have a little bit extra if you're taking a prescription medication.
A couple of weeks worth of that prescription
Absolutely.
extra, which takes me to my next question. The weekend is here. Americans will be out and about. And as we've been doing all week, just a bit of a reminder that you should pick up a little extra. And the CDC is now saying that be prepared for 2 weeks of supplies if there should be a disruption coming.
Right, and I think 2 weeks is reasonable. Again, think of this as you would a major snowstorm or weather event coming, so you want to pick up a few extra groceries. If you take prescription medications, make sure you have an additional 2-week supply if possible, so you want to contact your healthcare provider about that. Communicate with schools, workplaces to find out what plans they have in place. And David, I think this is important, not just because it's common sense and logistically a good idea, but psychologically it can help put us at ease.
Which is exactly what we want to do. Dr. Jen Ashton tonight.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.